Welcome to another of the games in this round 2, Starcross Cup 2. This particular matchup is going to be Quentin, Darth Vader, apparently. I don't know what that is about. I guess he's not fuel memory acceptance anymore. He's Darth Vader. And his opponent is Barton. Quentin playing as Soviets, and Barton playing as Oster. So apparently the order of faction selection isn't so terribly bad that Oster will never get picked, because we've actually seen it, I think, today in my casts a lot more than we've seen OKW. But I really think that the reason for most people selecting the faction they select has basically nothing to do with the current meta, as far as I can tell. Because Red Wings will pick Oster no matter what. I don't even know if he owns OKW. If he does, he like never plays them. Barton, I don't know if I've ever seen play OKW either. Oh yes, I have. I have seen him play OKW. So he has both. On this map, he picked Oster for whatever reason. He's going with 3 Pyos into an MG. So pretty weird. But okay, sure. I guess we'll see what happens there. Quentin going with pretty standard stuff, opening with 2 conscripts and purchasing himself tier 1. And possibly following that up with a M3, I guess, maybe a sniper, I guess we'll see. The MG42 is hitting the field now.
Pioneers reporting objective captured.
Pioneers grabbing that victory point. These Pioneers are going to continue to engage here in the center. The MG42 moving up to support will push the combat engineers away while they take control of the cutoff. These Pioneers going across the north are currently unopposed. Conscripts making their way forward here now.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Conscripts grabbing control of that victory point. Cutoff has been taken. And these conscripts are going to move to grab that fuel now.
A new Grenadier squad is ready.
As far as map control, it looks like things are going well for Barton initially. Because of his decision to go with 3 Pioneers, he was able to spread out very much and just grab territory unopposed. As soon as he gets engaged, he basically has to move to retreat. He's now gotten his first squad of Grenadiers out. These Pioneers are waiting to execute a flank, and these are waiting as well. He doesn't want to get into close range until these Grenadiers arrive to support and soak up damage. The machine gun down here caught these conscripts rounding the corner, and I think these Pioneers may be able to chase them away while they're pinned. Yeah, they're going to be forced to retreat. The Pioneers up here move into close range, and notice that the conscripts are currently facing the other direction, so they are able to engage at close range unpunished. And a flamethrower just completed on this squad, and will easily be able to force those conscripts from the building and get control of this fuel back. So pretty well executed engagement there by Barton, forcing Quentin away from his fuel. Quentin now moving to take control of the cutoff here.
Our opponents are
And Barton's Pioneers were able to force that squad to retreat. The machine gun here is now moving up to maintain control over this fuel. The M3 here has completed, however, and is going to make its way towards this area. Going straight for these Grenadiers, however, but he will retreat immediately upon seeing it. He had the munitions for Faust, but I'm not sure if he is... Yeah, he's not Battle Phase 1 yet, so he doesn't have access to the Faust.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And he's going to force Barton's Pioneers to retreat before they can get control of that fuel back, and he still controls this cutoff, so Barton's fuel is now completely cut.
Pioneers reporting objective captured. Getting a bit loud here.
MG42 team is ready for action. We are losing a sector.
What the fuck does all mean?
So Barton's infantry making its way up this direction. He does have, or no, he still doesn't have access to the Panzerfaust. Or wait, yes he does. Okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. He does have access to the Panzerfaust. It's like a rifle grenade he doesn't have access to. I don't even know why I said he needed to be battle phase 1. He doesn't. That's for the LMG upgrade, not for the Panzerfaust. I don't know what I'm talking about. And the flame crit there will take out the first of his 3 Pioneer squads, sadly.
The sector has been cut off.
Crawling Pio dies. A sad, lonely death. Quentin has Barton very contained.
Yes?
And I think Barton may be AFK. I feel like they might be typing to each other. They're probably having a conversation. Fortunately, it's observer mode and I can't see it, so as far as I'm aware, they're being great sports. Completely polite to each other.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And Barton's forces are blobbing out of the base in this direction. Pretty light defense up here, but Quentin has pretty much the entire map under his control, and he's gone guards, went guard motor coordination. That'll be his first call in.
A new grenadier squad is ready.
Grenadiers under fire!
Conscripts on the flank. Wipe that machine gun.
Enemy has killed a machine gun crew.
More grenadiers being forced to retreat there. The M3 is actually not even present. Where is the M3? Oh, it's over here. Moving to recrew the MG with that grenadier squad.
Are securing our territory.
And they will be forced to retreat. So will they.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
We're being flanked! The bastards are shooting at us!
Grenadiers moving to
We must defend our
retreat as well, and Tier 2 structure just got constructed. Pretty late for him to be throwing up Tier 2. But there it is now. And he will continue to send all of his forces in this direction, not making any attempt for the south pretty much this entire time. Demo charge went down here. I'm not sure if Barton saw it or not. Continues to try and brute force his opponent off the point. Circling around quite wide. M3 going in on the MGs. Makes one pass with the flamethrower before driving away. The demo charge is available to fire or to detonate on those grenadiers, but he doesn't have vision, I don't think. And he does get clear of it. And he will take control of north. He's actually not even lost this munitions point this entire time, apparently. I don't even know how that's possible, but okay. And he has actually purchased himself a scout car. Scout car moving up with his pioneers to push away the conscripts in the south and start getting some of that territory back under control. Once Quentin has vision of this, if those grenadiers reposition even a little, probably going to get blown to bits. 222 has been upgraded on the scout car there. Grenadiers getting a little close to the demo charge. They should be okay. Conscripts get suppressed by the machine gun. More conscripts moving into cover, but another machine gun on the flank will prevent them from rounding that corner. And Grenadiers will get this fuel back under control, as well as this victory point. They do get pinned, but they make it to the building just barely in time. And the Pioneers here in the south are going to get this victory point and munitions back under their control as well. And Barton is getting himself an AT gun. Quentin is up to 110 fuel and has started building a tier 3, but didn't complete it. He barely even worked on it at all, in fact. I guess he just wanted to repair this M3 first. And he's finished doing that. Probably go back to building that tier 3. Once that's done, he already has the fuel for a T-34. But he might just be getting himself a half-track or T-70s. He's already got access to the T-34 call-in. A T-34 or T-70 actually would be pretty good against this R2G2 though. Guards in the M3, however, have a pretty decent chance against it too. And he is going to engage. 222 gets a full burst off on it. It's going to be close. There it goes. M3 is destroyed, and 4 of the 6 guards die immediately in the explosion. The other 2 are forced to retreat by the supporting Grenadiers, and the scout car makes it to safety with just a hair of health remaining, and it will also net itself Vet 2 in the course of that engagement. More conscripts moving over here to engage, but there's still 2 machine guns defending with Grenadier support, and an AT gun has been moved up here to defend this area as well. Conscripts will get suppressed before they can round the corner to safety. Meanwhile, Grenadiers are engaging these conscripts here. Ooh, and a Minesweeper has exposed that demo charge. Nice spot by that Minesweeper. He's now firing at it with his pack, but utilizing attack ground from this distance. I don't know if he's ever going to hit it. Probably not. But he's gonna try. The 222 sadly can't attack ground either, so the only way he really has of reliably getting rid of that is with
The enemy is gaining a foothold. We are down to 300 points.
a rifle grenade. Well, actually, even that may not work. He might have to rifle grenade it a few times. Pioneers here will be forced to retreat. And these squads moving up into green cover, going to engage these conscripts. Quentin's T-34 has arrived. It's making its way across the road. Don't think Barton has planted any mines, but of course he does have the one AT gun available. Ooh, destroyed engine. That's not good. Moves up to screen with Grenadiers. He gets Panzerfaust off. AT gun is moving to support this. He's definitely not going to survive though. There it goes. Panzer Shrek's just completed, however, on this Panzer Grenadier squad. One connects. Second one couldn't quite get off. Pat gets one shot off as well. That T-34 is in significant danger. I don't know if trading this scout car is going to be worth losing this tank. Will these 2 squads of conscripts be enough to screen him away? Looks like yes. He doesn't quite feel comfortable chasing. He's being focused down by 2 squads of conscripts. The pack isn't going to be able to get up there in time. Reversing, even with the damaged engine on the road, is pretty quick, and he will make it away. And Barton will make a full retreat. Loses his scout car for nothing, unfortunately. And the second machine gun is making its way over here. And he still hasn't dealt with this demo charge. I don't know if he even really plans to. It's not necessarily in his way, so he can just kind of ignore it for now.
We are losing a sector. The enemy has broken our supply lines. We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
New demo charge goes down here.
Enemy forces are securing our territory. The sector has been cut
Guards
off.
taking up position inside of the building so that they can engage that machine gun semi-safely. Panzer Grenadiers, however, are moving up to force them out. And there they go. Meanwhile, over here, the 2nd Machine Gun and Grenadiers continue to engage anything on this cutoff, and Pioneers are going to try to make a push for the south. I don't know if there are any demo charges down here. It doesn't look like it. So they should be able to go take that territory unharmed. He doesn't know about this demo charge, though. Oh, jeez. I don't think he does. I don't know. His movements suggested maybe otherwise. He is moving to react to that T-34. And did I just hear an explosion of some kind? I guess not. Oh, it's a heavy mortar. Heavy mortar has been purchased here by Quentin, bombarding these troops in cover. It's definitely problematic and is a significant problem for clubs, Grenadiers, and team weapons alike. T-34 has moved to engage that machine gun, and it gets wiped by that tank. Flamethrower, however, will be forced to retreat. Panzerfaust is going off on the T-34 now. There it goes, damaging its engine yet again. The pack and Panzerschrecks are moving to try to deal a little bit more damage to it, but it looks like it's probably going to escape unharmed from the look of things. The pack is not pursuing either. Meanwhile, in the south, the Pioneers and Grenadiers have taken control of all of these territory points, but he still does not control this cutoff. And he retreats that squad immediately, even though I think one more volley probably could have sealed the deal, especially when it got stuck on these hedges. It's a shame he didn't chase with the pack, too. I really think he could have killed that, but I guess we'll never know. And he just wants to play safe, doesn't want to overextend. Losing that Panzerschreck squad, or even worse, handing over the pack would be disastrous, so I could definitely understand why he wouldn't want to overcommit to chasing that damaged tank.
We are taking losses!
And Barton has actually chosen Mechanized Assault. No big surprise there. It's a little bit late, actually, for a Stug E ready to get one, so he's obviously not going to get one. He's saving for his Tiger, which is going to be here pretty soon. It's kind of weird to choose Mechanized Assault and only get the Tiger. Usually, when you go this commander, you kind of try to incorporate all of the call-in units. It's got 4 of the 5 abilities are call-in units, and Barton is only using the Tiger. I didn't pay close enough attention to his loadout at the beginning, though, so I'm not sure what his other options were as far as Tigers.
Ivan is here!
I don't know if that hit anything. It looked like it hurt a little, but I don't think it got any wipes. I'm kind of surprised he let himself hit that. He knew it was there, but it was invisible for a while. Maybe he just kind of forgot about it, but I don't think he lost any full squads. Pack gets a shot off on the T-34. Panzer Grenadiers moving up as well, and Quentin will have the fuel for the T-34 call-in quite soon. And a regular T-34 in combination with 2 85s is definitely enough to take out a Tiger in conjunction with Mark Vehicle. And Barton is bleeding a lot of manpower and reinforcements, so it's kind of hurting his ability to call that Tiger in. He's got the fuel, but that being said, he still needs 2 more command points before he can afford it. So he can afford to spend manpower for a little bit longer. Probably reinforce these wounded squads, and then once he's done that, he's going to need to start floating if he wants to be able to call that in
We are losing a sector.
when the time comes. And Quentin's already up to 10, so he's going to be able to call in T-34s as soon as he has the resources for it. Pack is in a lot of danger. Grenadiers moving up to support. And Barton has not purchased any LMGs, so he still struggles a little bit against these conscripts, mass infantry. He has to rely on his MGs to try and win those engagements, as well as his Panzer Grenadiers. He's definitely winning this engagement here in the south, although he actually just purchased more Panzerschrecks on those squads, so he's definitely preparing himself for the T-34s that are on their way. He's got 4 Panzerschrecks, and he will be able to recruit that pack, although he's definitely hurting for manpower. He really can't afford not to have that available to him. Guards inflicting some heavy damage down here, but the engagement is definitely going in Barton's favor, although the conscripts have holed up inside that building, which is going to delay things.
The Tiger to deploy.
And he does have the command points, or victory, or yeah, command points for a Tiger now. Both of them actually are hurting manpower so much that they just can't quite afford to call in their tanks. The T-34, however, is continuing to give big pain for Barton to try and deal with. He could actually utilize its secure mode if he wanted to grab some of this territory back in the north a little bit faster, although he does have 2 squads of conscripts on their way to help with that. And it looks like everything down here has finally been forced away. Retreating with 3 men remaining, we will be able to get those territory points back under control. And Quentin has actually fielded a 2nd heavy mortar, which is kind of a lot against Oster. Although on this map it's perfectly possible to bombard the Oster base with heavy mortars, since there's not that much distance between the 2 base sectors. Wow, lots of damage from those Panzerschrecks. It's going to scare that tank away quite quickly. The 2nd heavy mortar is repositioning a little bit. These Panzerschrecks are definitely going to have to retreat. They're falling dangerously low. Surprised he hasn't retreated. There he goes. I think he just wanted to make sure he didn't retreat like an unfortunate way, but I think he was safe to retreat. The machine gun here will easily get overwhelmed by these squads in green cover, especially with a flamethrower moving around the flank if something doesn't arrive to support soon. 1 STG in this squad is only really going to do so much. The guards there are forced to retreat. Meanwhile, here in the north, Grenadiers will force conscripts to retreat, trying to stop the clock, or slow the clock at least. And a minesweeper here will spot that demo charge. So Barton definitely knows about that, but he's down to only 200 points now.
Taking fire!
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Territory secured.
T-34 making its way towards Barton's base. These squads are going to start reinforcing here. Pack turns about to fire on the T-34, which wipes out this machine gun with its final shot. These squads making their way towards this wall. Heavy mortar continues to bombard the area, but fortunately it doesn't quite connect. Pack still has a pretty decent amount of health. These squads also really need to reinforce, but he had to just drop a ton of manpower on that Tiger, which is going to slow his reinforcement considerably, and the heavy mortars will completely clear out that pack. Quentin still hasn't called in his T-34s because of the amount of manpower he's been bleeding, and that bleed is about to continue now that this Tiger has arrived. He's simply engaging at range, not wanting to get buttoned or suffer engine damage, and it's going quite well. It's already got 4 kills after just barely hitting the field. These infantry are only going to last so long. And the top-mount machine gun's about to complete, and that's going to
Enemy forces are securing our territory. Our base is under attack. OKW has released a Tiger for our use.
heavy mortar inflicting heavy damage, and the DPs will finish him off. That was a senseless loss of that Grenadier squad. Quentin is retaking control of that fuel and victory point, which is going to triple cap Barton again, but he does clear out that demo charge and recover one of his opponent's DP machine guns, in fact. The reinforcement here in his base continues to be pretty slow going, but Quentin actually has pulled in his T-34 call-in, which is going to be extremely dangerous for Barton to deal with safely. He needs to be very careful with that Tiger. Gets a nice hit on the heavy mortar. He can't recover the pack, which has been completely destroyed, so he really needs to make good use of his Panzerschrecks. This squad is already heavily wounded. This one needs to heal up as well. The Tiger, I think, has spotted the T-34s and is pulling back a little bit. The other T-34 also is going to disengage. Quentin playing it very safe, trying to engage as ideally as possible if the Tiger should overextend, which it looks like it might be doing a little bit here. If the two T-34s in the north were to flank around behind it, its rear would be very exposed. But their rears would in turn be exposed to the Panzerschrecks here in Barton's base. And he just lost that T-34. If he's going to engage this Tiger, he pretty much needs to do it now. He's got conscripts moving up on his Tiger's rear. He's also got guards available, possibly for a button. Marked vehicle goes off on the Tiger, and this is definitely going to be the decisive engagement if these Panzerschrecks don't move to engage soon. Well, actually, the T-34s weren't able to fully get behind it. The Tiger manages to round the corner just in time. So it looks like that marked vehicle may have just been wasted. And none of their shots on the Tiger's frontal armor managed to penetrate, so it was actually a very favorable engagement for Barton here. There's about to be a lot of Panzerschrecks firing at that, and it falls very low. Tiger may actually re-engage here. Shot connects, but the Panzerschrecks are going to simply retreat, and the T-34 is going to pull back to safety. Tiger should not be quick enough to fully engage. And the Tiger's just going to continue pecking away at his infantry. But overall, I would say that was a pretty favorable engagement for Barton. But he is bleeding a lot of manpower. He's lost a full Grenadier squad. 2 of his original 3 Pios are gone. So he definitely needs to do a lot of reinforcement and healing up. He's going to sort of turn this game around. He's rapidly losing victory points. He can't really afford to be triple capped anymore. I'm honestly surprised that he's capturing this fuel instead of this victory point here. He really needs to stop the clock. But he is taking the south with his DP Pio squad. Taking the center now as well. And the north. He can't afford to make any tactical missteps from this point forward. With only 59 points remaining, it's going to be important for him to hold all territory. Couldn't quite grab the south, unfortunately, with those guards there, but the clock will be stopped as long as he holds these two. He's utilizing his Tiger to destroy this building. I guess he changed his mind. And Quentin's infantry are making a push for the north victory point, and it looks like they may succeed. There is a machine gun here to support, but it needs to fire.
Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Heavy mortar falling on the machine gun will force it to retreat regardless of the fact that these guys are suppressed, but the Tiger is making its way to help. These Grenadiers are trying to delay the capture of this victory point as long as they can. It's going to take some time, unfortunately. Panzer Grenadiers with their Shreks looking around for opportunities. I hope he doesn't step on this demo charge. Oh no, he wasn't quite perfectly centered on it, but it looked like Quentin decided that was worth it anyway. He will force that squad to retreat.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Grenadiers retreating as well. This squad has a little bit of health left. Stay on the front lines a little longer, but he's repositioning out of range anyway. Guards taking heavy damage from the Tiger. The Tiger has 24 kills. The T-34s combined have 5, so they haven't inflicted all that much damage, and they haven't done much damage to the Tiger either. Conscripts will recover a DP before retreating in kind. And it looks like this could be the game. If he doesn't do something soon, he doesn't have any victory points under his control.
I fear we are losing. We have 10 points remaining.
And there it is, GG. Well, that was an interesting game. I don't think Barton really made full use of his commander. Not super sure what I think about his whole army being AFK earlier. And his build of 3 Pyos, that opening didn't really seem like it served him all that well either. He kind of struggled to deal with the M3 a little bit as well. But, I don't know. GG. Allies win.